Hey everyone, it's Ion here. I hope you are doing well. And yeah, just so that you guys know, I'm just gonna change things up a little bit here on my channel. And so basically, what I'm gonna do is, yeah, first of all, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. So what's going to happen is I'm changing things a little bit with Start Animating. So the products on my website, I'm actually going to remove all of them, and I'm only going to focus on coaching, specifically on group coaching. And so yeah, so that's something I'm going to start focusing on. So all my online courses and ebooks and webinars will go away. And the reason for that is I just feel with coaching, the students progress faster. And so, yeah, that's why my goal with Start Animating is for you guys to have results, to get results. And I just feel group coaching is a lot more effective than um, online courses. And then with my YouTube videos, I'm just testing this out and see. Instead of releasing a new tutorial video every Thursday, I'm going to do live chats like this, live sessions, where I'm going to sit and I'm going to work on some of my own projects. And but each video or each week we have a topic that we can discuss, and you guys can share your ideas or ask questions, and I'll give my ideas and my questions, and or yeah, I'll answer some questions, etc. And as I'm working, we can just sit and chat and talk about the animation industry and on that topic for that week. And this week we are talking about how to start your animation journey. So if you are brand new to animation, you haven't started yet, where do you begin? What is the right way for someone to start, even if you don't have money to go to a university and go and study it further? So that is today's topic. So yeah, let me know in the chat if you guys have any questions, if you have any suggestions, or how you feel about the topic. Sorry, I just want to plug in my laptop. And yeah, so I would love to hear your thoughts and your opinions on this topic. So if you were to start animating today, you've never animated before, and you want to start, where would you begin? I would love to hear your thoughts, or if you have any questions on the topic, let me know. And yeah, I'm calling this chat session. So let's have a chat. Okay. And so basically, I'm gonna animate. I'll check the chat every now and then if you guys have any questions. So this is what I'm gonna do with this animation today, is simply just lip syncing. So I normally, when I start a scene, I do all the lip syncing first. Um, the reason for that is the character is not moving, his head is still, so it's a lot easier to focus on the mouth. If I animate the character first, he's going to move around, and then to do the lip syncing with the character moving around is going to be extremely difficult. So I normally do the lip syncing first, because that's also the most hideous part. It's not the most fun part. And so yeah, I always start there, and then once that is done, I will then start to animate my character. And so yeah, I do it in layers. So that's basically how I do it. So yeah, again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'd love to hear from you. Again, today's topic is how to start your animation journey if you're new. So yeah, let me know.
Oh, oh,
And then again, if you guys can see, basically what I'm doing is I'm dragging my cursor on the timeline and I'm listening to the sound the character's making on the voice recording. So if you guys didn't know, um, I've got my animatic done for the episode, and then I export the audio clip um, of that specific part, and then I will import it here on a music layer, and I'll import it there, and then I animate on top of that. So as you can hear, I am on that voice recording. I'm listening to the sound the character's making on that voice recording, and then I just select the mouth sprite that best fit that sound. So that's basically how I do it.
I love. Oh, I love myself a good game of chess. I love. I
So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'd love to hear from you guys.
I love. 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 My 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 my.
And since we talk on the topic of um, no, no. So as we're talking today about how to start your animation journey, if you guys are interested, on the 24th of November, so the past 2 months, I've been doing my 5-day training sessions. So it is specifically for those who are have never animated before and want to start. And so last 2 months I've been doing it, and the next one is the 24th of November. So in the description there is a link if you guys want to sign up. So it is great if you've never animated before and you just want to learn the basics, by the end of the 5 days, you would have created your very own short animation clip. So that is a great foundation for you to now continue and create more short clips because you know how to do it. And basically, that is what an animation show or movie or short film is. It's just a collection of short animated clips. So technically, by the end of day 5, by the end of the challenge, you will know how to create a basic short story, um, animating your own short story. So it's just a great way to start off with. And then once you've done that, those 5 days, it's a great way for you just to um, continue. It's a great foundation. Then you can add layers and improve and practice, etc. But imagine you've never animated before, and then after 5 days, you have animated your very first scene. So if you guys are interested, in the description below there is a link. Just click there and sign up. And yeah, I do think it is a great way for anyone who wants to become an animator to start out. So yeah, let's just see.
Oh, I love myself a good game. My self, 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 self.
So as you can basically see, like I've mentioned earlier, I just um, listen technically to the sound, and then I just adjust my sprites accordingly.
For self a good game of chess. Self a good game of chess. For good game 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 Oh, I love myself a good game of chess. Oh, I love myself a good game of chess. It keeps my
So yeah, remember, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. Today we are talking about how to start your animation journey. So there's not a lot of people online at the moment, but if I can share my thoughts with you guys,
Oh, I love myself a good game of chess. It
if I were to start from scratch, what I will do is because I've learned. I'm self-taught. I taught myself with online courses, with YouTube videos, and so I have wasted a lot of time learning animation. And so that's why, for me, I know what I would ignore, what I will cut out, what I will focus on in the beginning, what are the steps that I would follow if I were to start from scratch. And so, yeah, for me, what I would do. Sorry, I just want to have a look. Mm, Um, so what I would do is I would first learn the foundations of animation. So when I say foundation, I'm not talking about the 12 principles of animation. Um, I'm talking about understanding a timeline. Like here, understanding a timeline and how timing works. Understanding FK and IK. Almost knowing the animation lingo so that when you watch, especially for me in the beginning, I watch videos and I don't know what they're talking about because I'm new to animation. I don't know all the lingo, all the terms, the terminologies, all of those things. So what I would do is I would first learn the basics of animation so that when you take an online course, when you watch YouTube tutorials, um, you know what they're talking about. That was one thing in the beginning that I really struggled with because I would watch videos and I have no idea what they're talking about. I don't know what is FK and IK. I don't know how timing works. So because no one taught me. So watching YouTube tutorials and they talk about timelines and keyframes and blocking and all those things, I had no idea what they were talking about. So the first thing I would do is just to learn that basic understanding of animation. Again, I'm not talking about the 12 principles of animation. I'm just talking about the lingo, the terminologies, what are all those kind of things. So that is the first thing that I would focus on. The second thing I would then do, once I've got that, I will then go and I will take an online course on the animation software that I'm using. So if you're going to use Blender, take an online course that can teach you Blender. And the reason why I say take an online course, because the online course will teach you the user interface, where to find certain things. It will teach you things that you don't know what to search for on YouTube. So it is a lot more structured. It will teach you things that you never knew or thought about. So so that's the second thing I would do is take an online course to learn the software that you want to use. Again, if you want to use Blender, Toon Boom, Maya, Cartoon Animator, iClone, doesn't matter. Take an online course to learn that, because now you know the foundation of animation and you know your software. So then, technically, you have all the knowledge you need to animate. You know how the software works, how to do things, how to make your character work, and how the timeline works, and all those kind of things. And you also know the terminology. And then the third thing is then to practice. Okay, so do a bouncing ball, do a walking cycle, so that those things becomes like a second nature. Because if you're gonna animate, you're gonna do a lot of walking cycles. So the sooner you can master a walking cycle, the better for you. So the third thing is then just to practice. The fourth thing with practice is then to go deeper into animation. learn the 12 principles of animation, and then practice those things as well. Incorporate that into, um, like if you do a bouncing ball, then start to incorporate the squash and stretch into your bouncing ball. So the, the more advanced things when it comes to animation, you can also practice in step 3. And then step 4, I will do simultaneously with step 3, is to create your own animation projects. The reason why I believe in this is, even though you're not good at animation, even though everything you do kind of suck, at least you know what is your benchmark. You know what is that bar that you've set, your first animation. And once you're done, you can look at it and say, you know what, my walking cycles aren't good. So now you can go and practice on that. And then when you start your second animation project, then you know what to improve on. So, and then once you're done with your second one, that one will be better than the first one, because you've learned from the first one where to improve, and then you implemented that into your second one. So you've raised the bar a little bit. Now you can watch your second animation, your animation project. You can look at it and say, okay, where do I need to improve? What doesn't work? And then you go and practice that, and then you do your third one, applying what you've practiced, and then you do your third one, and your third one will be better than the second one. And slowly but surely you are improving and getting better. And it's always great to look back at that first animation and see where you came from. And because it encourages you to see how you've improved. And when you do these small little animation projects, you're going to get to a point where you feel, I want to create a project, a bigger project. I want to do a short film. And I think I have the skills to do a basic short film. Then do it. Because that's why you animate. You want to tell stories. So the sooner you can get to the point where you can start telling your stories, the better. And that's why, for me, these 4 steps is the quickest way for you to get there. So the first one, learn the basics, fundamentals of animation, the terminology. The second one, learn your software that you want to use. The third one, practice. The fourth one, create your own short projects, animation projects. And that is what I will do. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree? Will you do a different method, follow a different method? Have you followed a different method? And are there things you would love to do differently? If you're like me, I am self-taught. If you're like me, do you look back and say, you know what, I've wasted a lot of time on this, so I should rather, if I'm going to have to do it all over again, I will do it this way? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. But yeah, and then I will stay away from YouTube videos for as much as possible, especially in the beginning. The only time I will recommend YouTube videos is um, if you want to do problem solving. So let's say, for example, you want to, let's give a quick example. Let's say, let's quickly save. I'm just going to give a quick example. So let's say, okay, while it's saving, let's say, for example, this character, when he lifts his, let me just get into the shot. If he's going to lift his hand, this hand will go behind his face, okay? But now you actually want his hand to go in front of the face, and you don't know how to do it. Then that is a good thing that you can go on YouTube and quickly see, how can I do that? Maybe there's on the software you're using, there is a tutorial on how to do it. And yeah, then you can quickly go and um, go watch a video to solve a specific problem. So that is what I will do if I do if I'm going to watch YouTube videos, is because there's so much information and a lot of it is so conflicting. Some of it is great advice, but it's not aimed towards the software you're using. So they're explaining something, but they're using a different software and it confuses you. So in the beginning, I would not recommend watching YouTube tutorials. I would follow the 4 steps I've just mentioned and use YouTube for problem solving in your projects that you are working with. And so that's how I would do it. Uh, if there's another way, would you recommend YouTube videos? I'd love to hear from you. If you guys will have YouTube videos helped you or not really. If you just tuned in, our topic for today is how to start your animation journey. So yeah, I've just shared my 4 step process that I would follow if I were to do everything all over again. So let me know in the chat, how did you learn animation? Is there anything that you would do differently if you were to start all over? Let me know. And then also, every Thursday this time I'm going to do these chat sessions. So for the next few, probably let's say till the end of this year, I'm not going to release new videos like I normally do. I'm going to do these chat sessions simply because I feel you guys can ask questions. With the other videos, you leave a comment and then I don't always get to all the comments, and I just feel this way it's I want to focus on getting you guys results, and I just feel having complete access and you guys can ask questions live while I animate and you guys see how I do things. For me, that is going to be a lot more helpful to you guys than just watch a video. So yeah, every Thursday this time I'm going to do these chat sessions, and every week we're going to have a different topic that we're going to talk about. And like I've mentioned today, we talk about how to start your animation journey. So yeah, let me know, how did you start animating? How did you learn? Is there anything that you would do differently? And yeah, I would love to hear from you guys.
Oh, I love myself a good game of chess. It keeps my mind active.
And if you've just joined, if you don't know what I'm doing now, I'm just doing lip syncing. And what I do is I normally do the lip syncing first because the character is still, he's not moving. So it's a lot easier to focus on the mouth. So I do the lip syncing first, and then once that is done, I can then continue to animate the body. So I work in layers, and when I do the lip syncing, I just listen to the sound the character is making, and then I just select the mouth sprite that best fits that sound. So that's why you'll see me here in the timeline. I just drag it frame by frame to listen where the sound change, and where it change, I then just select the right um, sprite that best suits that sound. So that's basically how I do it.
my, 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 it keeps my mind active. Oh, I love myself a good game of chess. It keeps my mind active.
Okay. So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. And yeah, let me know, how did you start your animation journey? How did you learn? YouTube tutorials, online courses, and what would you do differently?
Especially. Especially in my age.
Okay, let's have a look how this looks so far.
Oh, I love myself a good game of chess. It keeps my mind active, especially in my age.
So yeah, let me know, how did you guys learn animation, and would you do anything different if you had to start all over again? I would love to hear your thoughts because, like I've mentioned earlier, I would definitely this do things a lot differently um, if I had to start over.
Oh, hi, friend. Oh, 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 hi, 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 friend. Oh, hi, friends. I was.
Yeah, so this clip is quite long, 2000 frames.
Oh, hi, friends. I was just thinking of my next move. Oh, hi, friends. Oh, 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 just, 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 think, think, I was just thinking of think, 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 thinking, 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 my, my, neck, 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 Oh, hi, friends. I was just thinking of my next move in this game of chess. game.
So let me know if you guys have um, how you guys started your journey as an animator, and would you do anything different? Have you made any mistakes? Is there any things that you wish you did differently because it just wasted a lot of time for you? Let me know, like I've mentioned earlier, how I would do it over if I had to start again, how I would do it differently. So, yeah, I would love to hear from you guys how you will do it differently. Any mistakes you've made? Because, yeah, I know. I think if you are self-taught, there's a lot of things, bad advice you learn in the beginning, or things that just confuse you. So, yeah, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Game.
So we've already animated a quarter of this clip. This is quite a long clip, but yeah, how I normally do it. For those who just joined, I always do the lip syncing first because for me it's just there's no animation on the character. He's still, so I can really focus on the mouth. If the character were to move all over, it becomes really difficult to focus on his mouth. So I animate in layers, and so the first step is I animate the mouth. I do all the lip syncing for the entire clip, and then once that is done, I would then animate the body, and once that is done, I would add facial expressions just to give a little bit of life to the character. And so yeah, that's basically how I animate in. And yeah, so today we are doing the first phase, the lip syncing. And I'm using Cartoon Animator 4. So for you guys who want to know what software I'm using,
I have to say,
and then how I do my lip syncing is I've got the audio clip exported from my Animatic, and then I import it into Cartoon Animator. There you can see it is, and then I would animate on top of that. So I would just listen to, I would drag, you'll see me drag this cursor on the timeline frame by frame, and then where I hear the sound of the voice change, then I would just change the mouse sprite to that suited sound. So that's how I do it here inside Cartoon Animator.
I have to say,
So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'd love to hear from you guys as well.
I have to say, I love playing.
So you can hear here, there's no sound, so the mouth is closed, and then I drag, and the first sound he's making is I have to say, I, so ah. So then I just, where that sound starts, there, I make that. And so that's basically how I do it.
I have to say, I love playing. I, 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 I love, 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 playing, love, 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 love,
So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask.
playing.
And our topic today is how to start your animation journey. So, how did you start? How did you learn animation? Are there any things that you would do differently because um, maybe you also went on the YouTube trail and got so many different um, ideas or um, methods that it actually confused you? So let me know. How did you learn animation, and how would you do it differently looking back? That's I've shared my issues earlier and how I would do it if I had to learn animation from scratch again. Um, so yeah, let me know in the chat. I would love to hear your how you started your animation journey.
I love playing, playing chess, I love playing chess. It keeps the brain. Keep, keeps the brain, 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 it keeps the brain juices flowing.
Sure, let me know how did you guys start your animation journey.
If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. If, if,
Hi, I'm a 3D animator. I'm always curious about different software and how to use them. Overall, I like Cartoon Animator, but there's not an option to draw inside it like Toon Boom. Yeah, that is probably one of the downsides. Okay, well, what if I have to make a wide or a random pose which can only be achievable through drawing it? How can I do that? Um, yeah, that's probably one of the downsides of Cartoon Animator, that you can't draw inside, but you can link it to a drawing software. Like I have linked mine to Clip Studio Paint. So you can see here is the image. So if you need to make changes to your character, you can do that. And the other downside with Character Creator or Cartoon Animator is you can't do a 360 turn. You can only do your head, move your head. So Cartoon Animator does have its limits, but it also has its um, benefits, like the motions. So it really depends on what what you want to do with your project. If you're gonna need more custom poses, your character be be able to move your character in more ways, then yes, obviously character creator, cartoon animator won't be the right fit. But yeah, if there's a, it really depends on what you want to do. Um, it's always get the tools you're going to need for your project. So if okay, I'm back. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, it really depends on your project, what you want to do, and then find the best software to be able to do it. But like what I wanted to say, I don't know if it came through because I was, it looked like there was some issues with YouTube. But what if you know your software and you know the limitations of your software, a lot of the times you can find ways to work around it. So for me, especially if you've decided on your software and you know the limitations, then when you write your script or you do your storyboarding and your animatic, you kind of have that in mind. So, for example, I know I can't turn my characters in a circle. So, I'm not going to write a story or that will involve that in a scene. And if I really have to, I will then see how can I make it work. um, so yeah, it's really about using the right software for what your needs are, and then also know your software and know its limitations and find ways to work around it. I think that's the best advice I can give on that. Thanks for that question, Bezot. I hope it was helpful.
if you know what I mean. If you know, no, 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 what, 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 I, I, me, 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 me. If you know what I mean, you have to strategize. You, 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 you have, 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 have to, 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 you have to strategize. Have to, to,
So, guys, we've been here now for an hour. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to animate right up to 1,000 keyframes, and then I'm halfway through this clip. So, yeah, so before we finish, feel free to let me know how did you start your animation journey and what would you do differently. Leave me a comment in the chat or in the comments below.
you have to
I think I can use a lot of tricks that Cartoon Animator used to rig its character to make a Blender grease pencil rig. So I'm more interested in Cartoon Animator. Yeah, I've never used Blender grease pencil, to be honest. It's something I would. Um, I tried. I tried to learn Blender in the past, but it's so the learning curve for me was so difficult. I think the best way I think to learn it is not with YouTube tutorials, but to take an online course. Um, I think that will probably be my best bet to learn Blender. But at the moment, I'm using iClone for 3D animation, and yeah, so far I'm happy with it. And then I'm only going to use something else for to render my animations. So yeah, how do you find Blender grease pencil?
you have to strategize and to strategize and outsmart your opponent. Strategize and outsmart.
I'm kind of pro level at Blender. I feel that way. So I found Blender easy because it's my first animation program that I learned. Yeah, that probably will make things easier. Like for me, the reason I'm stuck with Cartoon Animator is because it's also my first software that I've learned, and I know it so well. And if I want to do something, I kind of know how to get it done. So for me, I would love for 2D animation. I would love to learn Maya, not Maya, Moho. But yeah, do I want to spend all that time learning something new if I can just create animations? I feel I'm a lot more happier if I can sit and create stories than to sit and learn something. That's how I feel. So I would love to learn Blender and Moho, but do I really want to sit and learn something that's I was in school for 12 years as a child. I don't like learning. I just want to sit and animate and tell stories.
Opponent. It is almost like war.
How did you learn Blender, if I may ask? Did you take an online course? Did you learn online from YouTube tutorials? Because I tried to learn Blender and it was, yeah, I just watched YouTube videos, but it just felt all over the place. There was no structure. That's why I say I feel I'll be able to learn Blender if I take an online course.
It is almost like
Oh, from YouTube tutorials. Then you're much better than me. I
it is almost
tried,
like war.
but yeah, I just struggle.
Almost like 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 war 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 war. It is almost like war. War 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 war. It is almost like war. But
Okay, so we're almost at 1,000 keyframes. So yeah, so before I finish, there's like I've got 90 keyframes left. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And just a final reminder that if you've never animated before and you want to learn animation or 3D animation, or you want to learn iClone, I do have a 5-day training. The next training session is on the 24th of November, but you can go and sign up now to book your spot. It is live group coaching, so it's not like an online course. And by the end of the 5 days, you would have created your very first animation inside iClone. So even if you've never animated before, it is perfect for you. And so there's a link in the description. And then secondly, I'm working on my own full feature 3D animated film. So also in the description, if you'd love to sign up and see how I make this film, how I it's not an online course. It is actually, you guys are like seeing behind the scenes how I create it, how I need to make decisions and make mistakes along the way. So it's almost like you are in the boardroom where decisions are being made. Also, if you love to join and see how I make the film, also in the description box below, there's a link. Just click there, and that helps me to fund the film because the film is. I try to make it a professional film, so it's not just like an indie project. Um, I pay for the professional voice actors, and so yeah, phase one is done. I'm currently busy raising funds for phase two, and so yeah, if you if you guys would love to sign up there, it will help me a lot, but it will also help you guys because you guys will learn how a film is being made. And the feedback from guys who've joined was they love it because they see things that they don't see on YouTube. And it's like a first hand, they're in the room when decisions need to be made. So if you guys are interested, feel free to sign up there. It will be really appreciated. Grease pencil is good for hand-drawn animation, but for puppet animation, it is not a ideal choice. But it can be done inside it. Okay. Yeah, I know with grease pencil, from what I've seen on YouTube, it is more for hand-drawn. But yeah, yeah, hand-drawn animation is a different beast. The guys who are doing that, they are true professional animators. Puppets, I've learned with puppets, and it's a lot easier. But hand drawn, I've watched some of the live streams from Aaron Blade. I don't know if you guys have watched that. The way he just animates is just mind blowing. I wish I had that kind of talent. But yeah, let's quickly finish off this last 90 keyframes.
War, but only on a checkered but 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 only
What animators are you following on YouTube? I know I follow Aaron Blaze, Bancroft Brothers. Um, I'm trying to think now. I like to watch behind the scenes stuff, how they make movies. That for me is so interesting.
check 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 were only on a checkered board.
Okay, so I think we are now at keyframe 1000. So yeah, thanks guys for joining. Thanks Bezot for all your questions and information. I really appreciate it. And next week Thursday, again same time. Um, I'm gonna do this every Thursday. So I'm not gonna release new videos. I'm gonna do live chats like this, and I will just sit and work on some of my own animations, and we will have topics that we can discuss and talk about together. So let me know in the chat or in the comments what topic we should chat or talk about next week. Um, so yeah, let me know. I will have a look at it during the week, and then next week with our in our live stream we will talk about that topic. So I follow a lot. I feel knowledge is everywhere. Just collect from everywhere. Yeah, I like to knowledge is everywhere, but I just have a few people that I trust that I will take advice from. That's that's how I feel because um, I think after a while you kind of see people that kind of have your mindset and your workflow, and you feel um, comfortable with what they do and say. So those are the channels that I kind of follow, or animators that I follow. And then animators that inspire me, like watching Aaron Blaze animate, for me is just so inspiring. But when it comes to information or knowledge, I just have a few people that I follow for advice or knowledge. Otherwise, if you're going to listen to everyone, you're going to be overwhelmed so quickly. So yeah, that's how I feel. But yeah, let me know in the comments or in the chat what topic we should discuss next week. And yeah, next week we same time. Next week Thursday we can get together and just chat again. And yeah, so thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. I will be back next week Thursday. And yeah, again, feel free if you want to join my movie making project. The link is in the description. And if you want to learn animation, also the link is in the description. And hope to see you guys there. Otherwise, hopefully, see you guys next week. So, from me, Eon, God bless and happy animating.